On today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the NECA Toys A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors Retro Cloth Freddy Krueger. As we continue our looks at the retro cloth figures, NECA now releases A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger not only comes with his trademark sweater and fedora, but also comes with a torso piece that recreates the captured souls. Once again, as I mentioned before, the cards that they include with these retro cloth figures are always fantastic. I hope one day NECA decides to release these as maybe like an art book. The Art of NECA, I would totally buy that. Spinning around the back of the package, a read-up says the last of the Elm Street kids are now in a psychiatric ward where Freddy haunts their dreams with unspeakable horrors. Their only hope is dream researcher and fellow survivor Nancy Thompson, who helps them battle the supernatural psycho in his own hellish turf. Pull up Freddy's sweater to reveal the chest of souls. To check out more from the folks over at NECA Toys, you can go to www.necaonline.com. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up, but when we come back, we're going to get a better look at A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors Retro Cloth Freddy Krueger. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Just before we have a look at Freddy Krueger, I want to show you the artwork once again for the card that would have been included in the clamshell. Freddy Krueger looking fantastic, painted by Jason. It's not that Jason, I'm sure. Very, very cool. I still hold on to these. I keep them in a book. Like sheet protectors, I kind of keep them all in there and I hold on to them. They're very, very cool. Okay, so let's have a look at Freddy Krueger. And I think NECA delivers, again, a solid outing for a retro cloth figure. A lot of this probably seems a rehash from what we've seen before. The sweater is woven, as it usually is, with retro cloth figures, as well as the slacks. Those are both fabric. Underneath Freddy's clothing, however, is a standard NECA Toys body, which is used for a lot of their retro cloth figures. I don't think it varies all that often. But once you start throwing over a bulky sweater and dirtied slacks, it definitely looks a lot more like Freddy Krueger. His shoes seem a little on the bent side. I don't know if it's maybe just me, the way that they're sitting. They don't seem like they want to sit flat. But face-wise, let's zoom in. Face looks really good. Really good. I mean, they could really scale this down for a 6-inch figure, although we've already got tons of Freddys. I can't think of very many Freddys that we haven't gotten. There are a few that we haven't gotten from the 6-inch line. NECA's been very faithful to the Freddy Krueger license. Hope they can do the same with the Jasons. Okay, so as it goes for his accessories, of course, he would come with his fedora, but he also comes with this, a chest plate of souls. And it's a hollow piece. It's just a rubbery piece. There's the back side of it. But what you want to do, and we haven't done this yet, or I have not done this yet, what I want to do is I'm going to try to slide this up his sweater without having to remove the sweater, because I don't think I have to. I think I can just slide it up as I'm doing right now. This is an experiment to see how successful, and mission accomplished. It's nothing to say that you can really keep the torso permanently on him. It does add a little bit of bulk to it when it's not, when the sweater is down, granted. But still, I think you could pretty much display him as you see right here. And then you can just lift up the chest. The one thing I didn't do is tuck the torso into his pants. There we go. And then you've got Freddy with the chest of souls. A very successful look, if you ask me. Providing I can get the slacks. Let's get the slacks, there we go, around Freddy's torso. I'll fix that later. You can see it's a very successful look. The coloring is on par with his face. Doesn't look like a separate piece. Although if you turn it to the side, it might look a little more jarring, but the sweater does a good enough job of hiding a lot of that. The other thing that Freddy comes with, as I already mentioned, is his fedora. And fit that on his head. The fedoras don't ever seem like they're pre-molded to fit over his head, so sometimes they sit a little looser than other times. Unless we have it the wrong way. Nope, that's the right way. So it does sit a little on the loose side, but if you have them displayed, it's not like this is going to get jostled around where the fedora is going to come off. Freddy's trademark sweater, his fedora, and finally his trademark glove are all captured here. Glove's quite nice. Always tends to have a couple of claw fingers bent down. He's got a couple of them extended, so you can have it kind of going this way if you so wish. I think for Freddy, for Dream Warriors Freddy, I'd probably try to be more inclined to try to have him displayed. Let's see if I can get his arms up there. I'd probably try to have him displayed with the sweater up. You probably do a little bit better job than what I'm doing right now, but you could have the sweater up and have him revealing the souls. A very cool look. Probably, I don't know, I might leave the fedora off for this. Because I got enough Freddys on display with fedoras. I don't necessarily need to have them all with fedoras. A very accomplished look, if you ask me. There's the back of it. In the way of Freddy's articulation, it would share the same articulation, same posability as other retro cloth figures. He has a ball joint in the head. It's a little limited, but you can still bend the head up, down, left, and right. Torso still has a swivel. Doesn't have a crunch, but he does have a swivel in the waist. Arms hinge, no problems whatsoever, although you will have to be careful that you don't twist the sweater on him. He has a bend in the elbow, which also rotates the forearm. Has a swivel in the wrists. Legs bend forward and back, out. He has a top cut of his thigh that allows him to swivel the top of the leg. Single bend knee, and a bend foot. Another great outing from the folks over at NECA Toys. Couldn't be happier with Dream Warriors Freddy. The inclusion of the torso piece is something I think had to be included. I mean, they could have given him just the Freddy that we see here in front of us, but including something like that, I think, if you ask me, is the icing on the cake. I was going to say Nightmare Freddy. Dream Warriors Freddy is currently available in comic book stores. That's where I picked up mine. And yeah, definitely looking forward to more retro cloth figures from the folks over at NECA Toys. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the retro cloth Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. Thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you next time.